Right now on weekend mornings, an overnight standoff in Janesville ends with SWAT teams arresting a wanted person. We have the latest. Also, community grieving, thousands of people coming together to celebrate the life of a deputy killed in line of duty. We'll go to Hudson.
And a few showers out there for some areas, otherwise cloudy conditions. I'll break down if we'll see more showers or storms today, as well as what that Mother's Day forecast looks like.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us on weekend mornings. I'm Cop Zorski, joined by Greg Barnhart. Greg, today for some graduation ceremonies happening outside, it might be a little bit rainy, hit or miss.
I think as long as it's in the afternoon, I think we should be probably pretty good for most areas.
Let's get right into the first glance at this.
So you can see overall right now, radar shows that little area of showers. As we zoom in, you can kind of see it. It's really along the interstate and just to the northeast. Just a few light rain showers, very light rain all the way from Eau Claire, all the way down just north of Janesville. But west of that area, all the way to Rochester, there's not much in between. So that's the good news. The temperature's really in the low 60s. Future track shows that band kind of continue to push east and fall apart with nothing redeveloping yet to the west. It's going to take some time until tonight till we see more of that. Otherwise for La Crosse, really just cloudy conditions. Some more sun maybe this afternoon too coming out. Low 70s with that east wind, so it'll be breezy oftentimes. So it won't feel as warm. Southern Wisconsin, Madison with a light rain shower probably through about 10, and I think we'll see breakups and cloud cover, actually some sun this afternoon once again with that east wind getting into low 70, which is about where we should be for this time of year. The good news is no severe weather is expected. All that will develop in Iowa. That's what we're going to expect to move up into our area. The good news is it will not be severe. It's all associated with that low that's spinning off into South Dakota. I'll break down wind effect that'll have for Mother's Day and when we'll actually get drier conditions for the start of the week.
Thank you, Greg. We'll check back in just a bit. Tense negotiations overnight in Janesville, where police there took into custody a wanted person near the area of East Memorial Drive and Harding Street. They initially were called to the scene around 5 o'clock, arriving to a person barricaded in an apartment. A perimeter was placed around the area, with residents told to avoid it. The suspect was reportedly on the phone with officers, refusing to exit the apartment. SWAT was later brought in to execute a search warrant. Then a short time later, the suspect left the apartment without incident. Later on, while searching the apartment, officers did manage to locate a stolen handgun. Stick with News 3 now as more details are learned. The community of Reedsburg is grieving after a tragic accident Friday morning left a student dead. Authorities say a student was waiting to board the school bus before 7:30 when they were struck and killed by a pickup truck. It happened on Highway 2333 near Northwoods Drive in the town of Excelsior, which is east of Reedsburg. Neither the name or age of the student killed nor the driver of the pickup truck have been released. Authorities say that information is being withheld until family notifications. Sauk County deputies say the accident was caused when the driver of that truck failed to slow down in time to stop behind a school bus. The driver swerved right to avoid rear-ending the bus, and that's when the student was hit and killed. The bus was heading to Webb Middle School and already had students on board. Parents say the tragedy is forcing them to begin difficult conversations with their kids.
Very conflicted, heartbroken, devastated, and very panicked. I was unsure if my children's friends or any of the children that I've helped care for were on that bus or were the ones being picked up on that bus.
In an email to district parents after news broke of the tragedy, Reedsburg Superintendent Roger Rindo said in part, "This is a truly devastating time for our entire community and will have far-reaching effects. We ask that you join us in keeping the student's family and friends in your thoughts and prayers. Authorities are continuing to investigate. Anyone who has information that could help the investigation is asked to call the Sauk County Sheriff's Office at the number seen on your screen." Yesterday, officers from across the country arrived in Hudson to pay their respects to Deputy Leasing. It's estimated more than 1,500 members of law enforcement turned out to the event. WCCO's John Lordenstein was there and spoke with some of them about how they want Deputy Leasing remembered.
She always wanted to be in law enforcement. She pursued that profession with the same zest she had for life.
With officers from as far away as New York and Texas in attendance, Deputy Leasing's colleagues read statements on behalf of her family. They began with her dad, Roger.
You arrived in my life earlier than expected and then left entirely too soon. And God needed a hero more than I did.
Deputy Fred Mangine then read a statement written by Leasing's mom, Chris.
There's a void where you used to be. We won't know how to fill it. Cages of sparkle in our lives forever burn bright. I'll see you in my dreams, sweet girl. Love, Mom.
Fellow officers talked about Lysing's love for the outdoors, reading Harry Potter books, and the Denver Broncos. Her obituary talks about her infectious laugh and her love for people, especially children. Just 3.5 months ago, Lysing and her wife Courtney became parents for the first time. Courtney's statement talked about their son growing up without Katie.
Then there's our sweet baby boy, Siler. I am completely heartbroken that he will grow up without Katie by his side, but thankful he'll have the greatest guardian angel looking over him.
Deputy Lysing loved to collect police patches, and there's a box set up inside of Hudson High School where officers from around the country can leave a police patch behind. Those will be given to her family after the funeral. In Hudson, Wisconsin, John Lordson, WCCO News.
More local news now. Madison police are investigating an alleged domestic violence-related stabbing and shooting on the east side of the city. Officers say a person of interest called 911 with police responding to the apartments near Webb and Darbo Drive. Officers got in touch with a man near the apartments on Rosemary who was allegedly shot and stabbed.
I believe that person was trying to seek medical assistance. I can say that we're investigating this incident as a domestic abuse weapons offense, so there is a domestic relationship that we're looking into.
That man was taken to a local hospital. There is no word on his condition at this time. Police say there is also no danger to the public. Today, the Freedom Honor Flight will be flying 100 vets to Washington, D.C. to see memorials built in their honor. The single-day visit includes trips to D.C. memorials like the Korean War, Vietnam veterans, and Arlington National Cemetery. Flight organizers say they're grateful for the volunteers that help make the flights possible. Nationwide, Freedom Honor Flight has flown nearly 2,500 veterans to D.C. A new report shows a dramatic increase in the number of catalytic converter thefts. The devices are valuable because they contain precious metals that can be sold on the black market. This video shows a catalytic converter being stolen from a Prius. 2 cars pull up and thieves take it in less than 2.5 minutes. Thefts more than tripled from 2020 to 2021, and new data shows another major jump last year to 64,000 thefts nationwide. The most targeted automaker is Toyota, and the Prius is a major reason why, because converters on the hybrid vehicle contain more precious metals than standard gas cars.
The dealer will say 6 months. I've ordered catalytic converters. It's been more than 6 months.
Have a mechanic engrave the VIN number on the converter. That could deter a theft from taking it, or at the least make the part traceable if they do. The National Insurance Crime Bureau says California is the #1 state for catalytic converter thefts. Texas is second, and Pennsylvania is third. At the state capitol, lawmakers are continuing to work out a plan that will help local governments with their funding. For many cities, this is the money that helps keep the lights on. Republicans in the Capitol are working on just what that funding will look like and how much each city gets. We're expecting to see the final details this next week.
Just some cleanup language that was brought out during the hearing, things that need to be cleaned up so they're more straight, stuff like that. I'm assuming, I'm not hearing anything about a big change in the formula as set right now, but that may change.
Democratic Governor Tony Evers has been trying to get Republicans to remove some parts of the bill, like requiring Milwaukee to put more money into police. We could see all of those changes as amendments when the Assembly meets on Wednesday. UW-Madison students from the spring class of 2023 are celebrating their graduation this weekend. Last night, doctoral, MFA, and medical professional degree candidates had their ceremony inside the Kohl Center. Today at noon, bachelor's, master's, and law degree candidates will have their ceremony at Camp Randall. The keynote speaker will be former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder. For more information, including a parking map and shuttle routes, you can head to channel3000.com. And yesterday, students and staff rallied outside Madison's East High School, calling on the school district's leaders to do more on making wages competitive with surrounding communities. The lunch hour demonstration, which coincides with Teacher Appreciation Week, comes amid the district's annual budget process. MMSD's preliminary 2023-2024 budget calls for a 3.5% increase in base wages and an average of 2% in step advantages for a total average pay raise of 5.5%. That amount, demonstrators argued, is not enough to remain competitive with other Dane County school districts.
The building does need to be supported, but so do the people that go in it, and they are not interchangeable. They are not just merely replaceable and cogs in some sort of machine. They are human beings that deserve the dignity of a living wage.
We reached out to MMSD for comment. In a statement, they said, "We agree the 8% cost of living adjustment is an appropriate request. However, after years of chronic regressive state funding for public education, MMSD, along with many other school districts across Wisconsin, now face the most challenging budgetary cycle in the history of our state. MMSD is committed to keeping quality educators in Madison, and we continue to do our best to ensure our staff receive the compensation and resources they deserve while remaining fiscally responsible." The COVID-19 public health emergency officially ends, and another giant change may be coming in women's access to reproductive health care. Naomi Ruckman has some of the week's top health stories.
The nation's COVID-19 public health emergency has expired. With many Americans now vaccinated against the virus, COVID deaths and hospitalizations have dropped dramatically. Free tests won't be as readily available, and the CDC will no longer collect state and local data on COVID cases. An FDA panel of health experts unanimously voted to recommend making a birth control pill available over the counter for the first time.
The evidence demonstrates that the benefits clearly exceed the risks.
The recommendation came after a 2-day meeting where health experts discussed whether the oral contraceptive called O-pill should be made available without a prescription. The FDA is expected to make a final decision this summer. And federal regulators are easing blood donation rules for gay and bisexual men. Under new FDA guidelines, those in monogamous relationships can give blood without abstaining from sex for 3 months. Now all potential donors will be screened with a new questionnaire at blood banks, evaluating individual risks for HIV based on sexual behavior and other factors. Those are some of the week's top health stories. Naomi Ruckman, CBS News, New York.
And still ahead, we have a story on coping with loss this Mother's Day. When you're taking a live look outside, Greg has your full forecast just ahead.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Backyard living season is here. Coolview has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 15 to 25%. Cover your deck with a screen porch, an enclosed porch, or sunroom. If you have a screen porch, let us turn it into an enclosed porch. Shade your patio with a pergola or awning. All on sale now. Let Coolview show you how to tame your backyard blues. Call now for a quote before the sun sets on savings.
Get a new view from Coolview.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
It's time to bring balance to business travel and discover the equilibrium that works for you. At National, you're in control. Skip the counter, choose any car in the aisle, and manage your rental right from the app. So you can mix work with leisure, or leisure with work, giving you the control to find the perfect balance. Go National. Go like a pro.
We make sit-down chicken, stand-up chicken, backyard chicken, oops chicken, and all smiles chicken. If there's one thing we know, it's chicken, chicken, and chicken. More choices, more wow, more to love. Tyson.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, it's going to be unsettled through this weekend, but this upcoming work week actually looks fairly good, at least through middle part of the week. But for today and tomorrow, really, we're looking at a few showers today, not that many really for most of the area. Tonight, we'll see more showers and thunderstorms spread across the area, really probably after midnight, and then that just becomes really just a general light to maybe some moderate rainfall for Mother's Day morning. Breezy conditions. I think by the afternoon, especially areas up to the north, we'll start seeing some of the sun come out. The rain will end up there. It'll be taking a little bit of time. Next week, once we get through that, dry through Wednesday, we have another system maybe coming down. Thursday, Friday, another shot of cooler air, so some showers potentially with that. And 70s through the week, probably getting back to the 60s, cooling back down. We should be around the low 70s by that point. Overall, all the weather really is responsible for this low that's really deepened. Now it's been spinning for a few days, starting to weaken, and it's eventually going to really stall out and not move much until Sunday. So that's bringing waves and waves of showers up into our area, keeping the severe weather to the south. High pressure to the north is eventually going to slide southward once this actually decreases by Monday. Overall, for this band up to the north, that should actually continue to weaken. Just a few showers overall, but areas to the west will start seeing maybe some peaks of the sun. Overall, it's going to be fairly quiet as we go through the noon hour. We'll get back into the 70 degrees for most locations. A few showers up to the north of the area, but otherwise, everyone else will probably remain dry yet. It'll take a while till the thunderstorms develop into Iowa. Go through the evening, we're looking still at mid-70s for most locations. Here's that activity that's in Iowa that begins to develop, pushing towards the core as we get closer to the late evening hours. And then by midnight or close to it, it'll start approaching Winona, La Crosse. And then notice one thing is a lot of the precipitation doesn't get quite far north of La Crosse. So if you're up to Eau Claire, Red Wing, and Marshall, you might not see anything, just cloud cover and some easterly winds. This band kind of sits and then sags south overnight until we get till tomorrow, Sunday morning. And then you'll see it really start to sag even further south. So by the time we get to noon, La Crosse is pretty much ended. And then by the afternoon hours, we'll have pretty much Madison will start seeing at least the precipitation to end, maybe even clearing skies as we get closer to the evening hour. Temperatures, low 70s up to the north just because they'll have the sun in the afternoon. Unfortunately, southern Wisconsin will probably be around 60 degrees with the cloud cover lingering into the evening. Clearing skies then Sunday night, that's going to set up probably a pretty chilly morning come Monday where we could actually see some lows in the 30s just because of the cool, dry air. So something to keep in mind of. Right now, no frost or freeze, but it'll be definitely the coldest morning we've had in quite a while. So overall, precipitation-wise, a quarter to a half for a lot of the areas in Wisconsin. As you go further west, in Iowa and southern Minnesota where they'll have more of the convection going on, they could pick up a lot more than that, maybe a half to 3/4 of an inch. So generally just light rain, not a lot of heavy rain associated with it because we don't expect to see too many thunderstorms, at least in southern Wisconsin. Overall, we look at the 10-day, we see low 70s to start the week. We climb quickly back up to the mid-70s, even 80 potentially by La Crosse, and then we have that system coming through by Thursday, Friday with another chance for showers and cooling back down to the 60s. So just keep in mind, it's going to be quite chilly Monday morning for a lot of areas. It's probably the coldest we've had for a while.
Hopefully Mother's Day turns out great for all the mothers out there.
I think for the ones that like outdoors, further north you go, better it's going to be.
Okay, well, hopefully you have some mothers up north that are watching us. Well, thank you, Greg. We'll check back in just a bit. And, of course, tomorrow is Mother's Day, and while a lot of people will spend time with the mothers and mother figures in their lives, it's not an easy day for everyone. Gabriella Bacara shares why the holiday can be a painful reminder of loss and difficult relationships.
Emily Landers will celebrate this Mother's Day with her 3 boys, Jack, Rowan, and Barrett.
On Mother's Day, it can be a really hard reminder of what is not there.
But as she fills gift bags for moms who've lost their babies,
Bath bomb.
She'll also be reflecting on her own loss.
We were pregnant, everything was going great until 15 weeks, and they couldn't find a heartbeat.
After her miscarriage in 2021, Landers started A Little Something, A Lot of Love, an organization that donates joy bombs and provides support for those dealing with pregnancy loss.
It's something that happens very frequently, but it's not often talked about.
She's donated nearly 500 care packages and meets monthly with other moms going through the same thing.
And we actually make the bracelets together. We write the notes for the bags together, and we kind of heal through community and art.
But Mother's Day can be especially difficult for some.
Almost in anyone's life, there are going to be years where Mother's Day is really challenging.
Dr. Shyla Murgain, a UW health psychologist, says Mother's Day can be an emotional trigger for many and encourages people to find their own way to celebrate while treating others with generosity, as struggles like infertility can often hide as silent grief.
It's important to prioritize your own self-care and just pick one thing that will bring a little bit of joy.
A little something, a lot of love opened a door for Landers to find joy again.
I've seen a lot of love. I've seen a lot of kindness from complete strangers, and I've become a part of this community that I didn't even know existed.
And now she's holding that door open for others who need somewhere to heal.
And you are a mother. You carry all those attributes already. You're strong, you're brave, you're courageous, and you'll always be a mother.
Well, coming up, there's several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will Loper shares his picks and 3 things to watch on Weekend Mornings.
Action. Get up to 50% off list prices at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Like this recliner, free when you purchase the reclining sofa. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $375? Up to 50% off only at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
Mad City, a division of Renuity, the local service you deserve, now backed by unmatched national strength. We are Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. We started with 50. Now we're looking for 30 homeowners who need a kitchen upgrade. Receive special savings on a beautiful new cabinet refacing project. In addition to our lifetime warranty, Mad City offers a price lock guarantee. Once you receive a free design consultation, we'll lock your price in and guarantee it for 1 year. And act now. Be one of 30 homeowners who receive free installation on a cabinet refacing project with no interest and no payments till 2025. Senior and military discounts. Plus, call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
For the plunge you never thought they'd take. For the day you never thought would come. For all the years that have come and gone.
For all those special moments that make life worth living. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
With Dad's arthritis, he needs extra help around the house, so I called a Grace. Yes, a Grace. With their agent home service, he can stay at
home. That's where I want to spend these months. With hospice care from a Grace, I can stay home with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
I had no idea laughter could be a part of my life again after Joe died, but through a Grace, I found hope and healing.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It means we're committed to seeking justice for those injured by someone else's negligence. It means standing up to the insurance company, helping you with your medical bills, and getting you fully compensated for lost time at work. Have questions? When you contact Lawton Cates, there's no charge for our initial consultation, and there's never a fee until we deliver the results you deserve. At Lawton Cates, your life counts. Call today.
Here we go. And action!
Now at Slumberland, $4.99 gets you a lot, like a Sealy Posturepedic mattress, plus a 7-piece bedding bundle free. Yep, get a fitted sheet, flat sheet, 2 pillows, 2 pillowcases, and a duvet, all for just $4.99. Hurry, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Cut!
Yes.
Well, the shower's going on right now. We'll see a little bit of that still remain through about noon or there afterwards, but it's really for areas north and northeast of the interstate. As you see, Future Track shows that. Not much to the west. You got to get to like I-35 where you have some thunderstorms going on, but that's really heading north-south, so it shouldn't be a problem for anywhere east of it. Graduation, a few showers this morning in some areas, but I think by noon and there afterwards, we should be pretty good. Cloudy, maybe some peaks of the sun, getting up to the mid-30s with that easterly wind around 15 miles per hour. Unfortunately, Mother's Day, especially Mother's Day morning, does not look good. Rainy conditions, breezy, around 60 degrees. The good news, areas to the north, like Eau Claire, will probably see sun in the afternoon, so they'll get probably near 70. Unfortunately, areas in southern Wisconsin will not. They will stay probably around 60 with a cold morning to start Monday and a dry week starting next week.
Thank you, Greg. And there's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming right now. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Newly streaming on Apple TV Plus is the documentary, Still, a Michael J. Fox movie.
Here is Michael J. Fox.
What is the secret of your success?
And the winner is
Michael J. Fox.
I don't believe this. This is great. I feel 4 feet tall.
The film takes a look at the life and career of Michael J. Fox and his journey after being diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at age 29.
I told Tracy the news. In sickness and in health, I remember her whispering. No one outside of my family knew. There was only one reason I took these pills, to hide. But all those years of hiding was shaking me awake.
Still, a Michael J. Fox movie is streaming on Apple TV Plus now.
1984 has been a tough year. Our sales are down, our growth is down.
Sonny, I brought you in here to grow the basketball business.
Newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video is the film Air.
This is where you come up with a brilliant idea that no one else can see. Let's hear it.
Ben Affleck directs and stars alongside Matt Damon and Viola Davis in the film about Nike's joining with Michael Jordan to make one of the most famous shoes ever.
I need the greatest basketball shoe that's ever been made.
Who's the player?
Michael Jordan.
Your motor Air is streaming on Amazon Prime Video now.
I believe in your son. I believe he's the future. And his story is going to make us want to fly.
You were born here, raised here. This dome is the only world you've ever known.
And for younger audiences, newly streaming on Disney Plus is the film Crater.
We've never even been outside the dome before.
So what's it gonna be?
We're leaving tonight. I hear she's weird. Why? Earth. So? The peculiar. You're peculiar.
A young boy who lives on a lunar colony goes off with his 3 friends to explore a mysterious crater.
You know the best thing about road trips? You get to leave everything behind.
Crater is streaming on Disney Plus now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
And coming up next, we have another full half hour of news. Stick with us. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
Attention homeowners, Mad City Kitchens is looking for 30 homeowners who need a kitchen upgrade. The first 30 homeowners will receive promotional pricing on a kitchen cabinet refacing project. We want to evaluate our exciting new cabinet refacing product lines in real kitchens, including exciting new styles and colors. And don't forget the soft close doors and drawers. Call now for your free design consultation. And with our price lock guarantee, we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Plus, 30 homeowners who call now will receive free installation on a cabinet refacing project. No interest and no payments till 2025. Senior and military discounts. And be sure you call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
What do you mean the connecting rooms were not confirmed?
Exactly, not confirmed.
We need to be able to see our kids.
Oh, you'll be able to see them.
When you want your kids in a room that's actually connecting, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
Backyard living season is here. Coolview has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 15 to 25%. Cover your deck with a screen porch, an enclosed porch, or sunroom. If you have a screen porch, let us turn it into an enclosed porch. Shade your patio with a pergola or awning. All on sale now. Let Coolview show you how to tame your backyard blues. Call now for a quote before the sun sets on savings.
Get a new view from Coolview.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Right now on weekend mornings, an overnight standoff in Janesville ends with SWAT teams arresting a wanted person. We have the latest. Plus, what an end to Title 42 looks like as more and more migrants gather on the southern border.
And we're waking up to some showers, cloudy conditions. I'll time out any additional showers or storms we'll get today or tonight, as well as what the Mother's Day forecast looks like.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pzorski. We're going to send it over to Greg Barner in the Weather Center for a first glance at your Saturday forecast. Greg.
Yeah, we're looking at pretty good, decent conditions actually for most areas today. We do have the line of showers, really just an area along Interstate 90, 94, just light here showers that have hit Madison and areas to the north. Otherwise kind of clear, and then we do have the long, stronger storms that are well off to the west in Iowa. Those are actually lifting north and shouldn't be a problem for any of the viewing area right now. They should weaken as we go through. We zoom in, overall temperatures in the low 60s to mid 60s overall, but here's that little bit of shower activity really hugging the interstate and just north. Light amounts, not expecting too much. As you see, future track shows that kind of lifting off the north, and really most of the area should be dry here for most of the afternoon and even through the evening hours with the activity out into Iowa eventually getting here. Overall winds north-northeast right now pretty strong, starting to get 10 to 15 miles per hour, especially go further west. We'll see that breezy condition out of the east all day long and probably increase a little bit later tonight. Temperatures will slowly climb up until we get a few more breaks this afternoon, almost 70 by noon, but then in the afternoon, towards late afternoon, I think a lot of areas will get 70, even mid-70s with some sunshine towards the late afternoon or evening hours before cloud cover will come again once again. Here's that spinning low to the west. It's really bringing these waves of precipitation up. We have a couple more going. It's slowly beginning to decrease, but I'll actually break down when we'll actually see it move away and when dry conditions will actually return for the start of the week a bit later in the broadcast.
Thank you so much, Greg. Tense negotiations overnight in Janesville, where police there took into custody a wanted person near the area of East Memorial Drive and Harding Street. They initially were called to the scene around 5 o'clock, arriving to a person barricaded in an apartment. A perimeter was placed around the area, with residents told to avoid the neighborhood. The suspect, who we will not name until formally charged, was reportedly on the phone with officers, refusing to exit the apartment. SWAT was later brought in to execute a search warrant. A short time later, the suspect left the apartment without incident. While searching the apartment, officers did manage to locate a stolen handgun. You can stick with News 3 now as we learn more details. And around the state, Wisconsin deputy killed in the line of duty has been laid to rest. Funeral services were held Friday in Hudson for St. Croix County Deputy Katie Lysing. The service was followed by a procession. Deputy Lysing was shot and killed during a traffic stop last Saturday. St. Croix County Sheriff's deputies read statements on behalf of Deputy Lysing's loved ones, including her partner, Courtney.
She enjoyed spending time with our dogs, throwing the ball for Ranger, and cuddling with Miller. Then there's our sweet baby boy, Siler. I am completely heartbroken that he will grow up without Katie by his side, but thankful he'll have the greatest guardian angel looking over him. We built an amazing bond over our 8 years together, and I wouldn't trade that for anything.
Officials say the suspected shooter, 29-year-old Jeremiah Johnson, fled into the woods and died from a self-inflicted gunshot. He was on supervised release for a previous conviction at the time. In western Wisconsin, 8 people were injured after a vehicle crashed into a horse-drawn buggy. 6 of the 8 are children. It happened Thursday in Trempealeau County on US 53 121 in the town of Pigeon. Law enforcement say a Jeep Grand Cherokee crashed into the back of the horse-drawn buggy as it was waiting for oncoming traffic to turn left onto a private drive. All 8 people on the buggy suffered injuries ranging from minor to severe. One child was airlifted to UW Hospital in Madison. The crash is still under investigation. At the state capitol, lawmakers are continuing to work out the funding plan that will help local governments. For many cities, this is the money that keeps the lights on. Republicans in the Capitol are working on just what that funding will look like and how much each city gets. We're expecting to see the final details this next week.
There's just some cleanup language that was brought out during the hearing, things that need to be cleaned up so they're more straight and stuff like that. I'm assuming, I'm not hearing anything about a big change in the formula as set right now, but that may change.
Democratic Governor Tony Evers has been trying to get Republicans to remove some of the parts of the bill, like requiring Milwaukee to put more money into police. We could see all those changes as amendments when the Assembly meets on Wednesday. The Biden administration's new immigration policies are in effect this weekend after Title 42 expired Thursday night. The change in rules has brought an increase of migrants to the southern border. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports from New York on the current situation.
Volunteers in San Ysidro, California, are doing all they can to help migrants arriving at the border wall in Mexico.
Beans and tortillas and cheese for the people. We've been able to pull it together and answer to the call of bring me water, bring me a blanket, give me a kind of sense of belonging, and that's what we're trying to do.
There was celebration when some migrants' names were called, the first step of asylum processing. There are an estimated 60,000 migrants waiting near the border and about 25,000 in Border Patrol custody, bringing a flurry of criticism from Republicans who oppose President Biden's immigration policies.
When he started doing the catch and release, that's what invited people to come in.
The Biden administration is defending the new rules, which include an appointment scheduling app and requiring migrants to pass a credible fear interview.
We provide lawful, safe, and orderly pathways for people to come to the United States when they qualify for relief.
In El Paso, Texas, buses are bringing migrants to a processing center. There is a state of emergency in the city.
How could you do that without consulting us?
And in Chicago, residents filed a restraining order to stop a former school from becoming a shelter for migrants as other facilities reach capacity.
Still ahead, Greg has another check at the forecast. Stick with us. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
I was mad and I wanted to slam something. And I tried slamming the door and I couldn't, wouldn't slam. I was like, darn it, we got the soft close.
With soft close doors and drawers, your kitchen cabinets won't be so easily damaged by daily wear and tear. It's just one of the reasons homeowners love Mad City Kitchens. And now we're looking for 30 homeowners who need a kitchen upgrade. Choose new cabinet colors and countertops. Pull out shelves, Lazy Susans, even a new kitchen sink installed in as little as 2 days. The first 30 homeowners who call now will save with free installation, with no interest and no payments till 2025. Senior and military discounts. Plus, call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
At Lawton Cates, we're all about comebacks. Whether it's helping you recover after an accident or return to the job following an injury, we fight the odds and the insurance company for our clients every day. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
This is Matt Gunderson. We recently celebrated the life of Margaret, who never let a cookie jar run empty. Her service was cookie-themed, with everyone enjoying her tasty treats. Allow us to personalize every detail of a life well lived.
We're talking about cash backing. Not a game,
Not a game.
We talking about cash back.
We talking about cash backing.
We're not talking about practice.
No, we talking about cash backing.
We talking about cash back.
We talking about cash back. Not a game. We've been talking about practice for too long.
Word.
No practice. We talking about cash backing.
We talking about cash back.
I mean, we not talking about a game. Cash back like a pro with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
From a diamond engagement to a diamond anniversary and everything in between, we shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to. At Diamond Select, we also fix, reset, and remake jewelry too. Diamond Select in downtown Stoughton.
A home explosion rocks Madison's west side, causing panic and uncertainty.
Like a bomb went off.
News 3 Now was first on the scene, immediately bringing you live reports online.
I am on the scene of a house explosion on South Gammon Road. The children was injured in their head. They were bleeding in their ears.
We'll continue to bring you timely updates and answers, uncover the cause of this explosion, and provide you with ways to stay safe. News 3 Now, your trusted source for breaking news and continuous coverage.
Yeah, that low that continues to spin has cloud cover, even showers overhead. It's been here for a couple days. Got at least another day before it actually exits. Overall, you can see sky cover right now, pretty extensive across the area. Temperatures overall in the 60s to upper 50s, so still quite mild. If we add radar in the background there, you can see there's that line of showers, very light showers along the interstate and then northeast of it, with more stronger storms well to the west of the area near Dodge and west of Waterloo. So bigger picture shows that low continues to spin, but it is beginning to weaken and lift and slowly slow down. It will provide our precipitation at least through Mother's Day, but for today, a break in the cloud there for La Crosse. You'll actually see some sun this afternoon, low 70s, easterly winds, so breezy conditions. Madison will see a few showers remaining this morning, but I think the afternoon hours we'll see mostly cloudy skies getting into the low 70s with that, once again, east breeze picking up at 10 to 15. What ahead we'll talk about, unfortunately, it's going to be a wet Monday of Mom's Day for Mother's Day, but chilly come Monday morning, and then another wet end to the week, but we do have some dry conditions next week. I'll break all that down in the next weather block.
Thank you, Greg. Today is a long-awaited day for many as college students graduate this weekend all over Wisconsin. This week, I sat down with a student at UW-Whitewater, Holland Peterson, whose story of resiliency began years before college was even on her mind. It's one of the final times Holland Peterson will be walking down the halls of UW-Whitewater's Green Hill Center of the Arts.
I feel like it's been a long time coming. I have no idea where I'm going to end up.
Holland is graduating, giving a speech at her university's commencement in front of hundreds of fellow classmates, friends, and professors, hoping to inspire them through her own life experience.
I've had a lot of people ask me, like, Holland, how do you do it? Or, like, how do you not give up? Because if I were you, I'd totally give up. Like, you have the worst luck.
You can't tell now, but Holland was diagnosed with cancer when she was 5.
So I had major surgery when I was 5, and then I had chemotherapy.
Leaving vital parts of childhood gone.
Then it came back, and I relapsed when I was 7, but this time it spread to my lungs. So it was back to more surgery, chemo, and then this time radiation. And then, unfortunately, it came back a 3rd time.
She learned lessons in resiliency to get through early education.
I missed over 650 days of school. So, like, when I was going back, I just had no clue what was going on.
When it came time to decide what she wanted to do after high school, she wasn't quite sure what to do. Her high school art teacher encouraging her to take up an art major.
He always told me, Holland, you're going to go to college, and you're going to go to art school, and you're going to become an art teacher. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, she found herself switching majors from communications to art, going down a journey of self-expression through her years of treatment.
Like, it gives me catharsis when I'm painting. I think as I was a freshman here, I was very much just like, oh, I want it to be pretty, I want it to look nice. And then as the years went on, it was more about like the emotion that I was getting.
One of the people who has helped Holland along her journey at Whitewater is Greg Piccaro.
I met Holland, I believe it was fall of 20 when we were online, remote learning because of COVID.
Piccaro says through teaching Holland, he's seen up close just how special she is.
I'm incredibly proud of her. She was an exceptional student, both academically, but also just as a human being. She's a very genuine, kind of grounded, humble young woman. And I can attribute that to just the struggles that she faced at an early age. Like, her resiliency is amazing.
Now with graduation in sight, she hopes to spread a message to her classmates to be thankful for the life they all have.
You were able to accomplished this and you're here at graduation and look what you have done, and like there's so much more that you're going to do and that you can do.
Holland will now begin her next journey out east, where she hopes to attain a Master of Fine Arts from Syracuse University in New York. Well, still ahead, sports reporter Andrew Banser has the latest on how a player on the green and gold is taking on a new leadership role. And you're taking a live look outside. Greg has another check of your forecast just ahead.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
At JR's Mulch Sales, mulch is all we do, which is why we do it better. We deliver 10 varieties of mulch 7 days a week, right to your door. Call us today.
JR's Mulch Sales, spread it around.
Mad City has more than 50,000 satisfied customers, an A+ rating with the BBB. And with our price lock guarantee, schedule your kitchen cabinet refacing quote now and we'll lock the price in for 1 year guaranteed. Mad City Kitchens is your trusted source for cabinet refacing. Avoid the lengthy remodel, stay under budget, and transform your kitchen in as little as 2 days. Plus, time's running out to call. We're looking for 30 homeowners who need a kitchen upgrade. 30 homeowners who call now will receive free installation on a cabinet refacing project, with no interest and no payments till 2025. Senior and military discounts. Plus, last chance to call during this program and receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify. 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
Backyard living season is here. Coolview has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 15 to 25%. Cover your deck with a screen porch, an enclosed porch, or sunroom. If you have a screen porch, let us turn it into an enclosed porch. Shade your patio with a pergola or awning. All on sale now. Let Coolview show you how to tame your backyard blues. Call now for a quote before the sun sets on savings.
Get a new view from Coolview.
At JR's Mulch Sales, mulch is all we do, which is why we do it better. We deliver 10 varieties of mulch 7 days a week, right to your door. Call us today.
JR's Mulch Sales, spread it around.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're looking at unsettled weather, at least through Mother's Day, but then next week we do see some changes coming up. For today and tomorrow, like I said, a few showers today, still mild, still in the mid-70s. Not everyone will see a shower, pretty dry overall. Showers and thunderstorms will spread once again over the area tonight, I think closer to midnight or thereafter for areas from stuff that's actually developing in Iowa later today. And then tomorrow morning, just breezy conditions, at least rain in the morning. Looks like we'll see that taper off in the afternoon, even sun coming out in areas up to the north. So that's the positive news. The second half of Mother's Day is not as bad. The work week looks dry through Wednesday. We have another front maybe coming Thursday, Friday with some showers. We'll be in the 70s, but I think by Friday of this week, next coming up week, we'll be back into 60s, cooling down a little bit. Here's the low response for it. It continues to spin across western areas, but it's going to bring rounds and rounds of showers and thunderstorms up through our area. Right now, it's starting to finally fall apart as high pressure is going to start to slide southeastward, so we should see some improvement as we go into Monday. Overall for today, here's that band to the northeast that starts to fall apart, but areas to the west really are not going to see much in the way of showers today. Cloud cover at least initially, but then we'll start seeing some clearing skies out to the west. So by the time we get to noon, we should be approaching 70 in many areas. You'll see this band kind of really begin to fall apart, push to the north, and that strong northeasterly wind continues. This afternoon, still remaining dry for most areas. We push back into the low 70s, even mid-70s further south. This will be the time when I think Madison, southern Wisconsin, will see some of the sun come out briefly. Then we'll watch the activity out in Iowa begin to approach the area. It'll take some time to the evening hours to get close to the core, but eventually you will see some showers and thunderstorms initially. It'll spread across the area after 9. More likely after midnight, we'll see more of a concentrated band of light rain or moderate rain. Areas to the north of La Crosse up to Eau Claire may not see much in the way of any precipitation as this area kind of sits just to the south. And then overnight, as we go into Sunday morning, it'll start sagging southward. So areas north of La Crosse, they'll finally see clearing skies as we get towards the afternoon hour. Unfortunately, southern Wisconsin won't. That precipitation will continue through the early afternoons. Finally, and as we get closer to the evening hours in clearing skies, notice the difference in temperatures. Low 60s down here, but to the north where they are going to get some sun, you'll get probably in the low 70s. So the second half of Mother's Day for areas up there won't be as bad. It'll actually be fairly nice. Unfortunately, it won't be the same for southern Wisconsin with the precipitation. Clearing skies Sunday night, that's going to lead to quite chilly conditions come Monday morning. Some areas might get into the 30s, so definitely the coldest temperatures we've had in quite a while. Otherwise, if we look at the extended here, we'll see that temperatures, we're going to get into the mid-70s and then maybe even 80 as we get closer to La Crosse in that Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. And then we do have a system towards the end of the week, but only, like I said, a few showers right now, a little bit uncertainty what's going to go on, but we do see temperatures coming back down into the 60s by Friday.
Two weeks ago, the Brewers were 18-9 and had one of the best records in Major League Baseball. But since, their youth and inexperience have started showing. In their last 10 games, they're 2-8. But it's a good thing the Royals are in town this weekend. Kansas City currently holds the second worst record in Major League Baseball, which shapes out to be a good rebound series for the Crew. Yelly got the boys going in the first, courtesy of his wheels. Beats out the infield single to score Willie Adames. Crew up 1-0. Then in the third, Owen Miller wants a piece of that cheese. A no-doubter to left field as Miller's first homer of the season puts the Crew on top 2-0. They'd go on to win by a final score of 5-1. At 27 years old, Kenny Clark didn't expect to be the veteran voice in the Packers locker room, at least just yet. But with the departures of Randall Cobb, Mercedes Lewis, and Aaron Rodgers, he really doesn't have much of a choice. The Packers nose tackle knows he needs to step up his leadership to hold the young guys to the same standard that he was held to when he started in Titletown. The biggest thing for Clark, be more vocal.
Just looking inward at myself, I do definitely got to be more vocal. You know, guys want to hear me talk, and you know, they respect what I say. So I definitely, you know, got to be more of a vocal leader, you know, for the team. But you know, as far as just my approach, I'm coming in every day, you know, working, you know, being the same guy.
Every time Steve Stricker plays on the Champions Tour, he proudly represents the state of Wisconsin. But when it comes to the region's tradition tournament down in Alabama, that course is kind of his home away from home. Stricker's won the event in 2 of the last 3 years, but Jerry Kelly looking to knock off the defending champ in the second round. Putts like that will help his journey. On the 10, he sinks the long birdie, one of his 4 birds on Friday. Kelly finished 7 under. But Stricker, he's the defending champ for a reason, right? Here's Strick on 18, closing day 2 with a birdie to drop him to 8 under heading into the weekend. He finished Friday tied for 3rd, 2 shots off the lead. That's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
In other sports news, former NFL quarterback Brett Favre has withdrawn his lawsuit against sports commentator Pat McAfee. Favre alleged that McAfee defamed him on his podcast by calling him a thief who was stealing from poor people in Mississippi. The state of Mississippi is suing Favre and others as part of a massive civil suit seeking to recoup millions of dollars in misspent welfare funds.
I am afraid of...
Still ahead, Greg has the final check of the forecast, plus a lemur mother gave birth to 3 babies. We'll have all that up next.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home. including all new power lift chairs and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale, going on now.
Introducing Feli's Flowers' new seasonal planter program, a perfect gift idea for your loved ones, available for your home or business. Enjoy a custom-made planter delivered to your door 3 times a year. Growing for Madison since 1949. Place your order today at Feli's Flowers.
Did you leave the lights on?
No.
What the?
I'll go check it out.
I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Felco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Felco.
We've got your back, road warriors, because we know you're picking up the pace. Steering life at 10 and 2. You're hitting the road, and we're helping you get there with confidence. So skip the counter without missing a beat. Choose any car in the aisle and be the boss of you. Go national. Go like a pro.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Introducing Feli's Flowers' new seasonal planter program, a perfect gift idea for your loved ones, available for your home or business. Enjoy a custom-made planter delivered to your door 3 times a year. Growing for Madison since 1949. Place your order today at Feli's Flowers.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new custom sofas and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9.
And lastly, today, the Wisconsin Historical Society is celebrating their 120th anniversary this year. And today you can join in on the year-long celebration here in Madison. The event will begin with a memorial to C.E. Brown at his gravesite. He was an influential founding member of the society who died in 1946. Following that, Bob Birmingham will lead the group on a tour of the monuments in the First Nations portion of Forest Hill Cemetery. The memorial and tour begins today starting at 1 p.m. and runs through 3. It's free to the public to attend and all taking place again at Forest Hill Cemetery. Now, a final check of the forecast, Greg.
Yeah, actually today won't be too bad. We have a few showers still out there this morning because radar's picking up a lot of activity along and north of the interstate. There's some activity further west of Rochester. That's going to fall apart. That won't impact the area, but temperatures right now mainly in the low 60s. Future check shows all that shower activity really falling apart. The stuff that we'll be watching will be later this evening or really overnight with more of that. Mid-70s, we'll have some sun actually this afternoon from a lot of the locations. That's good for all the graduation going on. Maybe a sprinkle this morning, but the afternoon I think everything should be fairly good with some sun. Mid-70s or low 70s depending on where you're at. Mother's Day, unfortunately, is going to be a different story. We're going to have the rain at least in the morning hours. And once again, if you're north of La Crosse, you'll actually see sun in the afternoon getting into 70. If you're south of La Crosse, it's more 60s and rain, then maybe clearing as we get further towards the evening hour and breezy conditions. So all in all, at least a bad morning. The afternoon may not be as bad. And then the 10-day, we're looking at dry conditions of the week. We might hit 80, and then we'll have maybe some cooler conditions towards the end of the week when we get back in the 60s. The one thing to note is those overnight lows coming into Monday morning could be in the 30s for some places.
Well, thank you so much, Greg. Thank you all for joining us. Have a great Saturday.